Good day. Now let us look at the Clean Air Regulation, Regulation 12. Regulation 12, yeah. Regulation 12 basically speaks about reglement chart. Apa tu reglement chart? Okay. Reglement chart is basically the method, the chart yang kita akan guna untuk membuat dark smoke observation. So what exactly is this dark smoke observation? Dark smoke observation in regards to clean air regulation is something we do to assess the of fuel burning equipment, its impact towards the environment. Now, we know very well fuel burning equipment akan alat pembakaran bahan api akan membakar menggunakan bahan api, fuel, ya. You have solid, you have liquid fuel. Now, solid fuel biasanya kita akan gunakan macam example kita gunakan, let's say they're using branches of from a plantation or whatever. So solid fuel will always have high amount of ash, high amount of dust, dan juga tendency to have apa orang kata imperfect combustion. As we know, combustion would release dust because of its ash content. Dia juga akan pembakaran akan membentuk mengurangkan oksigen from 20.9%. Oksigen will get lesser. Carbon dioxide, greenhouse gas, ya, akan jadi tinggi. And due to imperfect combustion, carbon monoxide pun akan jadi tinggi. So in this regulation, dia tackle dulu kaedah paling mudah sekali untuk memantau kecekapan alat pembakaran, dan juga bila ia mengalami masalah atau kemerosotan dari segi combustion efficiency, apa akan berlaku? So ni kita buat dark smoke observation. This is how we do a dark smoke observation. We look at we will use it's basically it's an observation type of pemantauan, monitoring, whereby we try to see example. This is one of the example of a dark smoke observation chart, reglement chart. So kita akan melihat dari segi apa yang keluar dari cerobong, you see, and then what is the density of the smoke, because the density of the smoke is proportionate to the efficiency of the combustion. Okay. So dark smoke basically kita ada dua lah. Kalau white smoke biasanya wujud terbentuk daripada tiny water droplets. Alright, mainly like for instance pembakaran juga akan one of the byproduct of combustion is air, is air, water content. So it produces water content. So some process will remove water from the air and will produce a lot of water vapor. So if we have white smoke, okay, kalau kita observe, kita akan nampak white smoke, then it is basically mostly water vapor. But again, if you have dark smoke, you see, when you have dark smoke, what it says is basically that particular fuel mempunyai ash content yang tinggi, and this ash content akan keluar sebagai dalam bentuk aerosol, dalam bentuk particulate aerosol, if it has a very high density, dia akan jadi lebih gelap lah. Okay, so how do we conduct this? Now we observe this from a distance. Kalau kita tengok daripada figure kat sini, gambar aja kat sini, kita akan observe from a distance, then kita akan letakkan reglement chart. Comparatively kita akan check. So we create a chart. What we need a stopwatch, we need the reglement chart, and then we need to basically observe and write down the numbers. 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, and so forth. This is another template yang biasa kita guna in E8 group, ya. So kat sini kita bagikan masa 1 minit kepada 4 segmen. 15 saat, 30 saat, 45 saat. Then we just put the numbers here. So once we put the numbers here, at the end, kita just kira lah. For example, kita kira, let's say kita dapat 42 times we saw the reglement chart. I mean, reglement chart menjangkau 1 sebagai menjangkau lebih daripada 1, 2 dan sebagainya. Then we compare bagi dengan berapa kali kita ambil. Then kita dapat average reglement chart ber 1.4. See, 1.4 is mostly is about 20%. So 1.4 idarat dengan 20%, you akan dapat 28% is the average smoke density. What does regulation say? Regulation basically say, dia kata it should not exceed 1. Regulation 12.1/A kata your emission should not exceed 1 reglement chart, or should not be greater than 20%. That's one. Sub-regulation 2 actually gives exemption untuk case di mana you are doing a startup. We're talking about fuel burning equipment which has has potential untuk mengeluarkan during the startup ada potential untuk mengeluarkan dark smoke for a short period of time until it reaches perfect combustion. Dia akan jadi 2. So kalau case macam tu, you can get an exemption, but again, it has to be within certain limit. It should be less than 5 minutes in any period of 1 hour. Okay, and with the total should not be exceed with an aggregate of 15 minutes in any period of 24 hours. So you can have a startup with a dark smoke, but it should not be continuous. It should not be a continuous, because if it is continuous, okay, what it's saying is, apa yang regulation 2 cakap adalah, if you're going to release dark smoke due to startup so that the system can get regularized, then it's accepted. But if your fuel burning equipment ada masalah, maksudnya combustion dia memang ada problem, maksudnya bila dia membakar, dia tak membakar secara perfect, then you have to ensure that it doesn't happen. You have to service your fuel burning equipment, you have to service your burner, furnace, or whatever it is, then only you start up the process. Okay, it also has given like any premises that emits 2.5 kilogram per hour of dust or more has potential to emit smoke darker than shade 2. Okay, this particular figure 2.5 kilogram per hour of dust ni biasanya kita boleh kira dalam you punya stack emission monitoring. So when you are doing chimney emission monitoring or stack emission monitoring, your dust concentration yang kamu dapat tu, kalau kamu darab dengan you punya flow rate of the gas, you will get your mass flow rate, okay, to 2.5 kilogram per hour. So that itself is an indication that the system is having issues. All right. So and then the regulation section 4 of the regulation says the averaging time for opacity measurement using kalau you menggunakan transmissometer, all right, your logging shall be 1 minute. Maksudnya kalau you guna what you call transmissometer is basically you're using an equipment untuk detect you punya dark smoke. Kalau you menggunakan transmissometer, your logging should be 1 minute lah. Okay, this is the regulation kalau you guna a device to check your opacity, yeah. And then for the purpose of paragraph 1B, the owner or occupier of any premises specified by DG shall install and operate the meter according to the specification. Kalau you menggunakan meter tersebut, try to get the guideline from DOE and you follow the spec. So in this case, basically ensure that it's logging for 1 minute lah. All right. So if I were to sum it up for dark smoke observation is general observation untuk fuel burning equipment. Ensure that it does not exceed dark smoke intensity above 20%. Or in short, what we can say is you have to use this observation to know whether combustion ada problem ke tidak. Kalau you have a lot of dark smoke, that means you need to check back at what is your performance monitoring untuk boiler sebagai contoh, furnace sebagai contoh. Apakah dia punya pressure? Baseline pressure berapa? Baseline process temperature berapa? Is it running as according to baseline process temperature and process ni? Is there changes in terms of fuel? What is your chimney emission monitoring saying? So all this is correlated. Dark smoke is just another form of preventive checks to complete. All right. So that's all from us for dark smoke observation. Do not hesitate to contact us if you need more information, clarification, or if you even need to conduct dark smoke observation. Thank you. Good day. Bye-bye.